Good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and helping to keep me sane. I don't know what I'd do without you guys, man, because this damn coronavirus, man, never in my wildest, craziest freaking dreams did I ever think that something like this could happen. I mean, if you were to say to me a year ago that we were going to have all sports canceled for 4 months, that we'd have, 30, 40 million people out of work, that we'd have hundreds of thousands of people dying from a mysterious illness, I'd say, man, that's just a bad sci-fi movie, but that's what it feels like, man. But trying to make do the best that we can. And I'm glad that I got you guys to help me get through all this stuff. So, we got a couple of things that are going on. The NBA, which is dealing with the bubble, that they're trying to keep everybody all together there in Orlando at the Disney Palace, the Disney ESPN lockdown bubble, where the players will be there for 2 months, and then as playoffs start, that their family can come, but they got to go in quarantine for like 2 weeks before they can see them. So this is in fact kind of like submarine service. You're going on a mission. You're going to be away from the family and everybody else. It's just going to be you and your teammates and stuff. Now, I think it was Rajon Rondo who tweeted out. This is where I was talking about that app. There really needs to be an app that says, "Dude, you're about to say some stupid shit. Stop. Stop, stop, stop." Because I got to tell you, if you're Deshaun Jackson, you need that app. You need to invest in an app like that because, dude, that was just some stupid shit. Just straight up stupid. But so Rajon Rondo takes a picture of the $400 a night room that he has to stay in for the next couple of months. Now, maybe he's got a lot more money than I do. I can understand that. But to call it a Motel 6, I stayed in a Motel 6. And I looked at that picture and I'm like, damn. I wish I had something like that. As we hear about 1.5 million more people who filed for unemployment this week, you're complaining about this room? You're complaining about this room that you're... Yeah. It's one of those things that will come back and bite you in the ass. I'm telling you, this app would be really, really good. One of you app developers, I'm telling you, I don't know what we call it, don't say dumbass shit on social media app. I think it works. I can think of a lot of people who can use this thing. So, the NFL is still developing their plan. And it looks like they're going to basically be able to say to the players, listen, you got the option to opt in and play, or you got the option to opt out. Because there's some players that maybe have kids and stuff that have respiratory issues or other health issues or things like that, and they don't want to risk their family. Now, I don't know how it's going to work that, if you're a player and you don't play and all of a sudden they find somebody who can do what you do for less money, that you're going to have the job the following year. I don't know how that's going to work. And that's the thing about football is more times than not, you will see guys play hurt, injured, because they're worried about that next guy behind me that's hungry and wants a job. And I can guarantee you there's plenty of guys out there that say, COVID or no COVID, this is my chance to play pro football. I may never have this opportunity again. I'll take your spot. I'll be more than happy to risk it all to be there. Hell, if I can make a roster and play a game, I'd risk it. Shh. Ain't nothing but a chicken wing, man. I'd risk it, shit. So, there's that. But of course, they're trying to develop the whole plan. Anybody with a fever can't be on the sidelines, be it sideline reporters and things like that. They're saying coaches and, medics and ball boys that they're going to have to wear masks on the sidelines. And this is the key thing. This is the key thing that's definitely going to keep everybody safe. After playing a game, 60 minutes on the field, sweating, tackling, bodily fluids just flying all over the place and everything else, to keep the players safe, no swapping of jerseys. That'll do it. That will keep the coronavirus from spreading. That's the trick. Way to go. I believe we will see the NFL without a doubt. Now, college football, we already know the Ivy League yesterday said we're done. We've heard China is like, no international games in 2020. We're not doing anything outside of our country with any other country. It's going to be us and that's it for any sports. So you now have some of the Big Five conferences trying to figure out what they can do. Now, we have heard things like they want to have the season over by Thanksgiving. So basically, you get on campus and you do the season, and then, come Thanksgiving, everybody breaks, hold your breath, and hopefully restart back in January. Some of the conferences are basically saying we're only going to play in-conference games. Now, what this does is, because you play your Patsy games, play your out-of-conference games early in the season, by canceling those, that gives you a little bit more time before you actually have to start. Now, for a team that's an independent like Notre Dame, yeah, now you got problems because you're not affiliated with a conference. Now, I'm sure some people are going to look at it and say, hey, we got an opportunity to play Notre Dame. That's some money there because we don't normally get a chance to play them. But what you're seeing is, and you'll probably see most of the conferences follow suit on that. Like I said, that kind of moves the season down a little further before it actually starts. It gives them a little bit more of a window to try and see it. Now, I don't know how you keep from spreading in college football. They're having a hard enough time in a bubble with just the NBA teams. Not all of the NBA teams, that reduced number. But I remember being at JMU, okay, and being an athlete. We had summer camp, we're there. We've got the dorm we're staying in. Of course, we go to Godwin Hall, and we're across from Godwin Hall there. The stadium used to have the locker rooms down underneath the bleachers. Go in, get your ankles taped and stuff, get our football pants on and stuff, t-shirt on, and we'd sit out there behind the stadium, because between Godwin Hall and the stadium, it was like a corridor. You had D Hall, that's up there in the main campus, the Bluestones and all that up on the hill, and then over the other way, you had like Chandler Hall and you had Eagle Hall. Eagle Hall was the tallest building in Harrisonburg at JMU. 8 floors, and it was all women. So as a football player and a young man, you on the football team, you sitting out there on the bench, hey, how you doing? You watching all the girls go by, And Saturdays we have our games. And on the reverse side of the stadium, we had the military classrooms, but on the weekends, you get a DJ up in there. And I've got to tell you, when you're in college, you ain't got much money, right? You ain't got much money. It's like $1.50 to get in. You got a DJ. It's packed tight. I remember how tight it was packed. How packed tight was it? Listen, there was snow on the ground. It was colder than a witch's tit. They had the windows wide open. That place was so cram-packed, as soon as the ladies walked in, the humidity, hair would just fall. Cram-packed. You're young. You're having parties. After practice, we'd walk on over the train tracks, over the bridge, up the hill right there to the campus center building. You know, the post office was there. So, you know, like my dad, I'd say, hey, Dad, can you send me some money? And my dad had jokes. My dad had jokes. He worked at the post office. So when he'd drop in the mail, it'd be there next day. And you see that, you know, you go ahead and open up that box. You open it up and oh, there's that envelope from Dad. I got me some cash. I got some cash. And I remember one time my dad did a joke. I opened it up. $1. One freaking dollar. He said, you send me some cash. You didn't say how much. Ha ha. It's a good thing you can buy a 6-pack of Weiderman for 99 cents. Okay? That's all I got to say. That Weiderman's beer, 99 cents for a 6-pack. Okay? So it was a good thing. But the next day, the money came. But you go up to the campus center there. Sofas and chairs and everything else. They had pool tables. They had video games. You know, we all in there hanging out and everything else, you know, being cool. Or you go to D Hall, and at the time, they've rebuilt it. It used to be a circular building, okay? And lines of people. And that hamburger line, oh my God. Man, you know, I was trying to gain weight, man. I was eating like 5-6 hamburgers. And then you had the Sunday bar. Oh my God, I get my Sundays. Or in the morning, go in there and get those omelets. They had I mean, JMU had the best food. JMU had the best food in the state. And, oh man. And then after that, you chilling back at your room in a suite. We had 3 rooms to a suite in the village. Right? 6 of us that are in here. And you had a bathroom that you shared with another suite. There are like 2 toilets in there, 2 showers. Maybe 4 sinks. So that means the 12 of you guys are all in close contact. Okay? And of course, you know, you hanging out and having a few to drink and hanging with your friends, have a few friends over in the suite and things. Then you call up the JMs, you order pizza, a sub, and some beer. And y'all come hang out. Next thing you know, you got a little party, a little sweet party. You know, about 20, 25 people just hanging out, you know. Somebody puts on some music and everything else and stuff. So, when you're young, you have no fear. Now, how in the hell are you going to have a campus full of people and have some 18, 19, 20-year-olds with freedom for the first time keep from passing a coronavirus? I just don't see it. We're all looking at this and saying, yeah, there's going to be a college season and stuff like that. But to me, they just look like they're kicking the can down the road and just hoping for a miracle. And in the end, maybe they'll have a week or 2 or 3 or whatever, but I just don't see how they're going to be able to. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I think you got a better chance with professional athletes because you're not dealing with a campus that may have 10, 15, 20, 30, 50,000 people that are supposed to be there. That maybe it's a little more controlled environment. Maybe because they're paid, that you'll have a little bit more say in it. And here's the thing, if college football doesn't happen, the NFL already has plans to play on Saturdays. You do know that, right? That they have it already negotiated that they'll be able to move games if there's no college football on Saturdays to help take up the slack. I'm hopeful. But you're now hearing a lot of players that are voicing concerns about playing. Oh, one other thing too. I forgot about this yesterday. You know, I talk so much that I go in different directions. I go in all different directions. But I had this crazy dream that seemed so real. And our Cowboys were playing a game. And I remember Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup were coming across the middle and trying to catch passes. And somehow the defense, the linebackers kept stuffing it. I can't remember exactly why. And you know, when in the past, when we had Jason Garrett in the offense, when they come out with a game plan and somebody stopped it, they weren't able to make adjustments, right? You know what I mean? They weren't able to adjust. You know, I think back to the Denver game in 2017. In fact, it was when All or Nothing. Because remember, the talking to the guys up in the booth. And Denver's plan came out, and they stuffed Zeke Elliott. They pounded Zeke, and Zeke was getting nothing. And you looked at the coaching staff, they're like, they're stopping Zeke. What do we do? They didn't know what to do. This is their game plan. It's not working. Danger, danger, danger. You know, they didn't know what to do. They couldn't change what they're doing. And that's the thing about Jason Garrett is adjustments, because, you know, they don't believe in-game analytics. You know that. But in this dream, I vividly remember Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore discussing what to do to counter what the defenses were doing. To counter what the defense is doing. It's kind of like the Eagles game, I believe it was, in 2018, when Amari Cooper said to Dak, hey, Dak, they're sitting on this route every time. We done run this damn thing 4 times, and every time they sat on it. Listen, I do the stop and the go route. I got this. Dak's like, yo, man, I'm just doing what's called. I'm doing what's called, okay? I got you. I feel you. The shit's not working. But this is what they keep calling. But they get to the line of scrimmage, he changes the play up and does that, and boom, touchdown, and we kick that Eagle ass. And the next week you saw Amari Cooper sitting on the sidelines pissed off because he got read the riot act from Scott Linehan because he didn't like somebody else telling him the right thing to do. But in this game, Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore, they're working the shit out. The next thing I see, boom, touchdown. Maybe that was just hope. Maybe it was foreshadowing. I don't know. But it makes me feel hopeful that we have a coach who understands in-game analytics and changing what you do. So, that was a dream I had. Woke up yesterday morning happy. Can't believe tomorrow already is Friday. But I've been here on the YouTube for a little long. I appreciate you guys. And I can't wait to see my buddy Jet tomorrow coming up to get Big Red. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I'll see you guys first thing in the morning. Peace out.